Alyssa here with Alina, and we're Polar Climate Ambassador interns at Lamont-Doherty Earth Observatory. Today we're going to be exploring why ice is so important.
In this video, we'll talk about glacier flow and other ideas involving our polar regions. Recent studies reveal a troubling trend. Ice is flowing off the land at unprecedented rates, with some areas experiencing increases of up to 30 meters a year. This accelerated glacier flow is an indicator of significant changes in our climate, particularly in the two main ice sheets on our planet, Greenland and Antarctica.
The fastest flowing glacier in the world is in Greenland, and throughout time has been called
Jakobshavn Glacier,
Lullesac Glacier, Kanita Sirmia, but the glacier's official name is Sirmek-Kuyaslek, which can be translated as the Southern Glacier.
Glaciers, once massive and thought to be immovable, are now shrinking due to climate change. This retreat has extensive consequences on our planet's oceans.
So what is glacier retreat? Glacier retreat refers to the process where glaciers, which are large masses of snow and ice, shrink or decrease in size over time. This phenomenon occurs primarily due to the melting of ice and snow at the glacier edges and surfaces. When glaciers retreat and move, the ice thins and stretches.
As glaciers retreat, the white reflective surface is removed, exposing darker underlying rock or soil, which absorbs more solar radiation and accelerates melting.
Key fact: ice moves. Imagine the slime is an ice sheet. As gravity pulls on the ice sheet over time, notice how the glacier is stretching down and thinning. When the ice thins, it is far more susceptible to melting. Here is another view of our ice demonstration. Notice how around the edges, the ice is thinner and more likely to break off.
This diagram shows the annual net gain or loss of glacier mass is known as glacial mass balance. The area of the glacier at greater elevation, known as the accumulation zone, experiences an overall positive balance due to a mass gain during the winter than mass loss during the summer. The lower elevation area of the glacier, known as the ablation zone, experiences an overall negative balance due to mass loss during the summer months and a mass growth throughout the winter.
The altitude at which winter accumulation equals summer ablation is known as the equilibrium line, and it separates the accumulation and ablation zones. The total mass gained and lost throughout the course of the glacier are added to determine the annual mass balance.
As ice sheets move and melt, they contribute to sea level rise. Now let me highlight a common misconception. Ice melting does not always contribute to sea level rise. Sea ice has already displaced water, so ultimately sea level has not risen.
Land ice contributes to sea level rise. The ice resting on land has not displaced water like sea ice has. So, when the ice melts and falls down the glacier into the ocean, sea level rises.
According to the United Nations, 40% of the world's population lives within 100 kilometers of a coast. This is about 3 billion people. In the US alone, the most populated cities live right on a coast, which includes New York City, San Francisco, Miami, Houston, New Orleans, and the list goes on. Combating climate change and the effects of sea level rise in the polar regions are critical for our future. Key solutions include voting in lawmakers in order for large-scale climate reform around the world. Green transportation, so this includes walking and biking instead of driving, as well as using public transportation to reduce carbon emissions.
Local initiatives to manage and reduce human activities can decelerate ice melt. Start investing in our world today. We only have one.
It is essential for you to take action to combat climate change in order to cope with the inevitable impacts of rising sea levels.
Check out what me and Alina and our other Polar Ambassador interns are doing on the link below. Thanks for watching!